Hi guys, I hope you're good. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about getting your baby to learn how to fall asleep on their own and also teaching your baby to do that because that means more sleep for mommy. So yeah, stay tuned. So here's the thing, babies usually have about 60 minutes, like an hour sleep cycle, right? So when I say teach your baby to fall asleep on their own, I mean that they should have like 3 or 4, well, 2 or 3, because I think 4 is pushing it, but 4 is achievable. Actually, I achieved that with my own baby, but to have more of those sleep cycles so that your baby's not napping for about an hour, and then they wake up. So the only time they should wake up is when they're hungry, you understand? So if it means 4 cycles, actually it's okay. If it means 5, then it's fine. So if your baby was able to wake up only 3 hours after falling asleep, that means she had 2 instances where she woke up and she was still tired, so she fell right back to sleep. Like I literally see it with Nandi. It's even to a point that she'd wake up, especially naps during the day, like she'd wake up and then she'd go na 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 na, and then so I had to tell Elsie, like, when she makes like any sound, especially within the first hour, don't look at her like she's not usually waking up. Just wait, and then you'll see she'll fall right back to sleep, and then she'll wake up. Like when she's up, you'll know. So that's the thing with Nandi, and I think every parent should be able to achieve this. Like, I hope that this video can help you achieve that. So I think we've established the reason why you should train your baby, or why your baby should be sleeping more than 1 cycle. It's because we want mommy to be able to sleep like 4 hours, 5 hours without getting woken up, without getting, disturbed, without her nap, her sleep getting disturbed, especially at night, guys. Like, it's so difficult. You have to wake up, you have to feed. Like, it takes a lot from you. So if you're able to achieve that, that would be great. That's the reason. that right there is the reason why you should, train your baby, or your baby should be able to sleep more than 1 cycle. They should be able to fall back to sleep on their own. So I'm going to give you about 3 tips that I personally use, and they're just so helpful. Like, I cannot even tell you. My husband knows that around 8 our baby's supposed to be sleeping. If she's not, I don't know what's happening. It's just like it's like once in a while where she's not sleeping at 8, and maybe she sleeps at 9, but she doesn't struggle with sleep. You know what I mean? I think she's just like her mom. I remember they used to say in your 3rd trimester, they'd say moms are not able to sleep. I don't know, something about the 3rd trimester depriving you of sleep, and therefore, I remember the magazine I was reading, it said, the article said, therefore, teaching you or preparing you for what's coming when the baby is here. And I was like, but I sleep. I sleep, yo, and I'm just glad I'm not going through this, so I don't have to, think about that. But I was sleeping in my 3rd trimester. The only thing is I had to wake up frequently to go to the bathroom, but I'd come back and fall right back to sleep. If I'm peckish, sometime in the middle of the night, I would eat something, maybe a banana or whatever, and then go back to sleep. Like, literally, as soon as I get to bed, I would fall asleep. And that's just the type of person I am. I'm not a big napper during the day, but at night I will sleep. So these are the following tips that have helped me, and I hope will help you. Number 1, I'd say definitely having a nighttime routine that just trains your baby to remember that to associate certain things with sleep, like a darker room. So what we do is, like, this is the actual room, so I switch on that that room, the light in that room, and I switch off the light in this room, and she sleeps in this room. So that means that she then sees this like dimmer environment that isn't like every other time when she's supposed to be up, like when we're sitting in the living room with her, in the kitchen, all of that stuff. So she now associates that with it's time to sleep now, and I can see her yawn during the time. But also I change her nappy at the time. Sometimes gampumula, but I don't do that all the time, to be honest. Yeah, I don't. I know there's people that wash their babies like twice a day. I really do not do that. I think it's unnecessary. Yeah, I don't do it. So gampumula sometimes, because she gets messy and all of that, and then gamchincha, I change her nappy and her clothes if I have to. But yeah, that's sort of what I do. And then I know that by the time I'm done, she's already so tired. Like, it just so happens that she's tired. Then I cuddle her, but I swaddle her first. So I still swaddle my baby. I have told myself, because my husband and I spoke about it, and he feels the baby should be free and what. And I always say that, the books that I've been reading say swaddling a baby and putting her on her back is the best. You know what I mean? So yeah, anyways, I think in some I'm gonna start putting her without the swaddle, or maybe just swaddle her with a light blanket that she can easily break out of, which I actually do right now. So anyways, I swaddle her. It helps because, like, when she moves around a lot, she keeps herself awake, so when you've swaddled her, then and my baby doesn't fight it, because I've been swaddling her since she was born, so she knows that when it's time to sleep, like, she gets swaddled, and then she gets fed, and then she falls asleep, like, and she doesn't fall asleep while getting fed. She falls asleep, like, afterwards, after burping even, so that's what I use. I hope it works for you. I hope you find your own routine, like a nighttime routine. Honestly, do not use mine as it is. Use yours, get ideas from here and there, but just come up with your own that is suitable for you and your baby. It could be like you're reading her a book, which I actually want to start doing. You're singing her song. My husband does that. But yeah, anyways, find your own little routine that, that this is suitable for you and your baby. Number 2 is a don't, right? And I know I spoke about giving Nandi, like feeding Nandi before she sleeps, but I make sure that I feed her before she sleeps. And then I burp her while she's still up. And then that's just how it goes. I don't give her, I don't give her food, or I don't feed her at the time when she's supposed to sleep and then she falls asleep with a tit in her mouth. It doesn't work like that. So I would suggest that you don't feed your baby to sleep. You know what I mean? You don't give them a bottle or a pacifier or like your tit. You don't put it in her mouth until he sleeps, because then that'll be a sleeping prop. And what happens is that when she's supposed to sleep on her own without that, now she won't be able to. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, you might not have that. So I think be careful around things like props, and just try not to give your baby a prop to sleep with. Like sleep while maybe sucking your finger or something like that. You don't want that to be a thing. You want your baby to be able to fall asleep on their own, because remember, if it happens that they wake up during that sleep cycle, then she wants her pacifier again to fall asleep. She wants your tit again to fall asleep, and that's just not, it's not helping. Like, there's no point to this then if you're gonna do that. So yeah, just make sure your baby is sleeping without anything in her mouth, without a prop, so that they're able to fall asleep on their own, just like that. Just as you put them down, they must be able to sleep again just like that when they wake up during their first cycle, or like at the end of their first or second or third cycle. Okay, number 3, put her down or put him down while they're still awake. And I'm not talking while they're like this. I mean, it depends on which stage you're at. I think at this point, actually, I don't think I can put Nandi while she's still like, like she has to be sleepy and like really tired for me to put her down while she's up. But I think, put her down while she's tired and yawning, but, she wants to sleep. Because I think also it's uncomfortable to sleep in your arms, maybe not, maybe they like it, but you want it to be more comfortable in the bed, so that they want to go to bed and they want to sleep nicely without your hands and your arms and whatever's, you know what I mean? So I think put them down just before they fall asleep, so that they know that even if they're up, they can see the environment is the same as how it was before I fell asleep, how it was before I slept. So it's just the same type of environment, so then they can sleep again. I also find that the environment is a big factor to this. So if you find that your baby protests during this, I suggest that you pick her up. We're not in the business of letting them cry it out. That's like the worst thing. I could never be able to do that, so I hope you don't do that, and I don't advise anybody to do that sort of thing. So please just pick her up again if she protests. It's not going to be an easy thing, but eventually they're going to be able to sleep on their own. Like, you're going to be able to put them down while they're still up, and then they'll sleep. So yeah, those are my 3 tips that I hope will help you, that I definitely use. I'm just gonna say this though, I do hope that you understand it's not gonna be a quick thing. You know what I mean? Like, you might have to like rock your baby. You might, I mean, I definitely do cuddles with her, like while she's like burping. In that process, I definitely do like cuddles with her. Like I just want to cuddle her, you know, before she sleeps. And then I put her down just before she falls asleep. Like when she's still up, she's still like this and she's groaning. You can see she wants to sleep, and I put her down and she sees me walking away. I think that's very important. You need to put her down and walk away. That will help her see that there's, okay, it's fine, I just need to sleep. Yeah. But I think it's very important to remember that if your baby's not there yet, they will get there. It's just going to take some time. And another thing is that, you know, you just need to pick them up when they, you know, pick them up, rock them, or just sit down with her, like, or with him while you know, like brushing them or whatever you want to do. It's okay. You want to comfort your baby. You don't want your baby to feel like, you know, you're neglecting them or you don't love them anymore because they're used to you doing all these things and falling asleep in your arms and only sleeping when they're like dead asleep. If they're used to stuff like that, you need to make a gradual change, and eventually you get to the point where you're able to put her down before she sleeps, switch off the lights, walk away, and sleep for about 3-4 hours. I mean, how awesome is that as a mom? So yeah, I think that's that from my side, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video, but more than that, you're taking something that will help you in your own you know, journey of being a mom. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for clicking on my face. I hope that you please like this video and subscribe, and please comment and tell me your child's sleeping patterns and, you know, how that works for you. Also tell me what you do or what you did, you know, to get your baby to sleep, and did it work for you? Was it easy? Was it difficult? What's the story? I mean, I'm also a new mom. My baby's like 10 months old, so you know, I'm not like an expert or anything. I just like to give tips that are relatable to me, that have, you know, helped me. I hope they will be able to help someone else. So thank you so much. Thank you, and I appreciate you watching. Until next time, until the next video, bye bye.